Remember, there's always room for Giallo. I don't care how lame that sounds, I like saying it.
Watch it, Alan, I'm shooting.
Blood and Black Lace. When it comes to beautiful-looking horror movies, Italian horror is the way to go, especially Giallo movies. If you want to know more about Giallo movies, I did a video about it which I will link to at the end of this video, so be patient, god damn it. Blood and Black Lace was directed by Mario Bava. Many people consider him to be the godfather of Italian horror. Black Sunday, Baron Blood, $5 for an August Moon, and of course Blood and Black Lace, he's directed many great horror movies. We find ourselves in a house of high fashion where scantily clad fashion models are being stalked and killed by a murderer in search of a scandal-revealing diary. And what we get is one of the first body count movies ever made. If you were to ask me what's the prettiest looking horror movie, it's a tie between Blood and Black Lace and Dario Argento's Suspiria. When it comes to great visuals, these are the two movies to go for. That's one of the big draws to Giallo cinema. The deaths are horrifying and brutal, but they're filmed in such a beautiful way that you just can't look away from the screen. The costume that the killer wears is one of my favorites in horror. When it comes to the look of horror villains, I think simpler is better. Look at some of the greatest killers in horror. Michael Myers, Leatherface, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. Their designs are simple but effective. Same thing with the killer here. Simple mask, hat, and trench coat. A lot of Giallo movies would use this design for their stalkers. Even though the mystery does keep you interested, the plot isn't really the main focus of the movie. It's the colors, the lighting, the visuals, the set design that make this movie worth watching. Mario Bava was a former set designer, so whenever he made a movie, he really wanted to show off his sets. Of course, the main focus of this movie are the kills. They aren't the bloodiest in horror, but each one stands out just because of how the scene is filmed. Blood and Black Lace is a classic 60s horror movie, and you can feel that while you're watching the movie. It deserves to be up there with Psycho, Night of the Living Dead, and Rosemary's Baby. When people think of the movie that started the slasher genre, most people go to Psycho, and that's true, Psycho is responsible for starting slasher films. However, even though slashers owe everything to Psycho, I don't view it as a full-blown slasher movie. And I'm just going to say it, Blood and Black Lace is just as responsible for creating the genre that we know and love. When you look at Blood and Black Lace, you see the template that every slasher film follows. A location, in this case a house of high fashion, where an unknown killer stalks and kills a group of people, in this case a bunch of scantily clad models. You've got the body count, you've got the masked killer, you've got the stylized kills. Black Christmas, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream. Do I need to go on? These movies owe everything to Psycho and Blood and Black Lace. If Psycho is the father of the slasher genre, then Blood and Black Lace is the mother. They got together, had a one-night stand, and 9 months later, boom, out come slasher movies. Of course, the relationship didn't work out, but Psycho and Black Lace agreed to joint custody of the kids. Any modern horror fan should check out Blood and Black Lace, and if you're a slasher fan, watch the movie because you'll enjoy watching the blueprints for our favorite genre. Now let me ask you, have you seen Blood and Black Lace? What do you think of it? And what's your favorite 1960s horror movie? This is your buddy Justin, here to remind you that the Grindhouse will never die. It's nice to see Psycho and Blood and Black Lace remain civil for the kids.